Welcome back to the Swatch Women's Pro. We've got a quarterfinal place up for grabs between these two competitors. Laura Enever is going to take on Coco. As we see this wave during the break, we mentioned in the first heat, Ross, the left didn't look that scoreable. Not the case on this first wave for Coco.
Beautiful wave selection for Coco. She saw that that thing was going to wall up down the line, and she tagged it a couple times. Took just a moment to get back out to the face, but really paid off for Coco. And what I love about Coco surfing is she really has a great angle of attack. She's got that great pivot off the bottom, and she allows her to attack the wave. And it's a bit of a wild card here with Laura Enever. She's been, having a bit of a shocker this year, but you never know when all of a sudden she's going to show up in an event and get a huge result. So she's been on a bit of a roll here. You can see her style, again, very aggressive, old results, and all of a sudden she'll find some magic and heat up.
Great to have your company.
Old results, and all of a sudden she'll find some magic and heat up.
Great to have your company here for round 4 of the Swatch Women's Pro. Heat 2 in the lineup, Coco. I mentioned she's got some work to do to climb the rankings way back in 17th. So one of those competitors who finds herself numbers in for the first exchange, and they look decent for Coco. 7.33. Michael B encouraged by that. And she opts to go right now. We always talk about her ability to just get those beautiful drawn out turns done in such a tight radius. She already let go of one beautiful turn there, but goes down as we see Laura Enever just spinning out on the foam on a nice left. So Laura had a 5.83.
That means you can hit it, and that's where you're going to get big scores, and there it is right there. That is case in point. Laura tagging the lip. Again, she's got those kind of boxy stance, which allows her to be aggressive. There's that closeout section. That's just candy right there. For these surfers, when they have a little bit of a wave come at you, they can be very aggressive and push really hard on that surfboard. Beautiful wrap. That is textbook Coco, isn't it, Ronnie? She's just got one of the most pretty arcs in the business. She knows how to clean, get that rail involved. Unfortunately for Coco, that wave kind of ran out of juice and she dug a rail in that second turn, so it's not going to be a keeper for her.
So good, and pushing each other because you kind of have to, and you have to rise to that level, and just trying to find my feet this year. And
a really nice wave. A couple of set waves roll through just moments ago, and an exchange, this time going the way of Laura Enever. So we've got a great little battle happening here. A 7.1 for Laura on the backhand.
And just learn how to, turn better, or, turn like their favorite pro.
Here we go. This is Laura Enever on the backhand there, putting everything into that first turn, but as a result, going down. Coco opting for the right, chasing a 5.6 with just under 5 minutes to go here, because we'll see Laura go down here. It kind of meant, obviously, she was going to be closer to the takeoff zone. Sure, she would have loved to have completed that ride, but let's see what Coco did and if she did enough for a 5.6 here to move into the lead.
Great agility to climb that lip. Bit of a floating maneuver, trying to get back out to the open face, but you can see the culprit right there for that score. I'm not sure she's going to get it. That wave ran out of energy. And as soon as that shoulder showed up, she kicked out, wisely so.
Here we go. Enever looking left. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. She's trying to get rid of a 5.83. First turn is solid, driving around the section now. So doing well to keep that board in the most critical part of the wave, getting on top of the lip on that last move and pulling through the back.
She really throws everything at it. This first maneuver, upside down, that is by far the best maneuver we've seen so far today. She mixes it up there with a wrap, so she's got that off the lip, a carve, and then finishes it on her feet. Again, be surprised if that's not an excellent score. Great surfing from Laura.
And just during that replay, Coco picking off a wave, so I'll bring you the start of that in just a moment, but I think we've just seen, Ross, the best backhand snap of the Swatch Women's Pro from Laura Enever, and the numbers should be big as a result. So rolling through, it's going to be excellent. 8.6 for Laura Enever, so Coco needs an 8.38 from this ride.
Okay, let's see. Great style. Right there you see Coco trying to coil up, but again, wave selection's been her culprit so far. That wave running out of juice, so she's going to have just a couple of minutes here. You never know.
For Coco, 1.83. Here's Laura's high-scoring ride again.
I love the way she gauged that section. She wiped off just a little bit of speed before she cracked it, and she hit the absolute money part of that section, right where she didn't lose speed. She actually gained speed out of that maneuver. So it was in a steep part of the section, and so which means that's critical. You know, again, it's much more tough to pin that lip if you're right in the hook. But you know, and this is a big heat for Laura. She's sitting at 11th in the ratings, top 10, keep her job for next year. So she's really gonna be loving the fact that she's in the quarterfinals.
And there she is, moving on through to take on Tyler Wright, quarterfinal number 2.